This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. A powerful tribute this evening at Alliant Energy Center honoring the more than 270 Dane County residents who have lost their lives to the pandemic. Local leaders say we are turning a page in the fight against COVID-19, making progress in key areas.
But as Madeline O'Neill will tell us, tonight is about looking back, honoring community members for their contributions so far, and remembering those who won't make it to the other side of this pandemic.
Madison and Dane County leaders are declaring today a day of remembrance and recovery. Now, this parking lot here at the Alliant Energy Center is now empty, but there's still the stage, part of a tribute. And the parking lot was full of police, fire, emergency vehicles that all did their part to honor the 273 Dane County lives lost to COVID and those who are still fighting.
We've gathered today to mourn our losses, which have been deep and painful.
A virus we can't see has brought on all kinds of darkness we can't help but feel.
Each one of their absences has left behind profound heartache, grief, and loss.
Out of that void comes light.
We will now, for the next 27 minutes, light the night in honor of those we have lost.
1 minute for every 10 Dane County lives lost to COVID in the past 12 months.
It was very interesting to see 27 minutes to see those lights going. Amazing.
Emergency lights in honor of people like Dane County Deputy Rick Treadwell, who died of COVID in the summer.
I'd like to ask the Treadwell family to please turn on your headlights.
A family member of Betty Neeson's friend.
Very emotional. Kind of brought back the day of the funeral.
The tribute also cast light on the sacrifices of those still here, essential workers and everyday people who did what they could.
You checked on your neighbors. You found endless creative ways to care for our community and to spread light in the dark times.
Light that's now leading us forward out of this long tunnel.
The number of people that have been fully vaccinated with 2 doses now exceeds the number of people who have gotten COVID over the past year.
I'm really happy that I did get my 2 shots, so I'm happy.
As we honor those who won't make it out.
It's very important to remember that because, yeah, it could have been any one of us.
Their memories serve as countless lights to guide us through.
We will all emerge from this past year changed, but filled with hope.
We are seeing good signs in our area. One's Madison Mayor Rhodes Conway says will get us closer to opening up a bit more here. But we're not through this yet. She still stresses keeping up with masking, distancing, and when your time comes, getting the vaccine.
Maddie, thank you. The third phase of the state vaccination process is already underway. Under this phase, around 700,000 more people become eligible for vaccinations, including our teachers and child care workers. Nearly 500,000 people in Wisconsin are now fully vaccinated against the virus. Nearly 1.5 million people have received at least 1 shot. And more good news, there were no new COVID-19 deaths reported in Wisconsin for the 2nd day in a row. Employees at Johnson & Johnson's facility in Kentucky cheered as coworkers carried boxes of the company's COVID-19 vaccine to the loading dock. The CDC and FDA approved its emergency use over the weekend. It is the 3rd vaccine now approved for use in the United States, but the first that requires only 1 dose. Only around 4 million doses are in that initial shipment. The company expects to ship an additional 16 million shots by the end of the month, 100 million by summer. And today, the State Department of Health Services says Wisconsin will get an initial allocation of about 47,000 doses of this new vaccine. They are expected to arrive next week and will be incorporated into the state's vaccination allocation strategy.
We've been working to answer your questions about the vaccine through our submission box at channel3000.com. A big one we're seeing in the last week, why there's such a big difference between UW Health and SSM Health's allocations. Well, it's hard to compare the two because SSM Health has 18 locations across the state that are giving out vaccines from Janesville to Fond du Lac. Every week, each of those 18 clinics request about 2,000 doses, but only get about 500 from DHS. That's about 9,000 doses for SSM Health to use across the state. UW Health has 4 clinics vaccinating people, but they're all in Dane County.
I think it's been clear that the more counties that you are allocating to, the more doses that you're eligible for. Dane County has a large number of vaccinators. And so what DHS has shared with us is they aren't necessarily, again, giving proportionately. So the more vaccinators that you have, that dilutes out the amount of vaccine that can be given.
When you look at their numbers, SSM Health has given out more than 92,000 doses at more than a dozen locations across Wisconsin, and UW Health has vaccinated more than 40,000 just here in Dane County after postponing 4,000 appointments last week. UW Health says they've recalibrated to adjust and hopefully won't have to reschedule anymore. More money to help ramp up vaccine distribution is just one part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. Republicans say they won't support the plan because it's too expensive. The House already passed it, and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate will vote on it this week.
Expect a hearty debate and some late nights, but the American people sent us here with a job to do, to help the country through this moment of extraordinary challenge.
Democrats have chosen to go a completely partisan route. Even famous liberal economists and liberal editorial boards are saying their half-baked plan is poorly targeted to what families need.
A state-run COVID-19 vaccine registry touted as a one-stop shop for people seeking vaccinations in Wisconsin is set to launch by the end of the day. Last month, DHS said it would be a, quote, central place to let people know where and when they can get vaccinated and let them schedule an appointment. And the FDA has authorized another at-home COVID test for emergency use. The federal agency greenlit the Quidel QuickView test. The nasal swab test is for someone who is currently experiencing symptoms. It can be used on patients as young as 8 years old. With the QuickView test, you do not have to send out for test results. Colored lines on a test strip indicate if you are positive or negative, similar to some home pregnancy tests. The company says it takes just 10 minutes to get those results. And new tonight, we're learning that former President Trump and the former First Lady were vaccinated for COVID prior to leaving the White House. A Trump advisor says the two both received the COVID vaccine in January. Back in December, a White House official said President Trump would not get the shot until it was recommended by the White House medical team. President Trump was diagnosed with COVID in October and was hospitalized for a couple of days.
Let's go to weather now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, it's a little cold on the backyard patio, but skies are clear, and that bodes well for seeing lots of sunshine for tomorrow. The time-lapse from the WIC Skycam showed some clouds, even a few snow flurries early this morning, but that gave way to the bright sunshine by this afternoon, and skies have generally been clear overnight. As we check out high temperatures today, here in Madison, we topped out at 29 degrees. Most areas were in the upper 20s to the lower 30s. The 30s more common over southwestern Wisconsin and down to the south. Janesville reached 34. Right now, temperatures are in the upper teens here in Madison, but to the north, already down to 10 degrees in Camp Douglas, 16 in Lone Rock, and to the east, 14 in Watertown. By tomorrow morning, we should be down to around 8 degrees here in Madison, but those temperatures will warm up pretty quickly with the bright sunshine and winds that'll pick up out of the south. Look for a high of 42 by tomorrow afternoon, and we'll stay in the 40s for the rest of the week. Of the full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. Madison police have released another photo of the suspect who stole a pregnant woman's SUV outside a Quick Trip on Mineral Point Road yesterday, then ran her over with her own vehicle. Police say this man stole the 34-year-old woman's silver Ford Escape at the Quick Trip at Mineral Point Road at High Point Road. They say she was putting air in her tires when the man jumped into the driver's seat and drove off, running her over in the process. Now, if you recognize this man, you were asked to call police. City crews started clearing out the homeless encampment at McPike Park this morning on the city's Near East Side. 2 weeks ago, the city notified the folks staying there that the park is not an approved area for a homeless camp. They have been working with community outreach groups to rehome them. Now they're working on removing any abandoned items to be placed into storage for 45 days.
The important thing for us is to be respectful of people's possessions, and if anybody has expressed an interest in retaining items, we'll be packing those up and storing them.
Now, the park is temporarily closed while they do this work. They plan to reopen the park to the public in the spring.
Governor Evers has signed into law a bipartisan bill that will boost pay for state public defenders. It allows for merit-based pay raises higher than the standard 10% increases. The Public Defender's Office will be able to offer those raises only for the upcoming fiscal year, using savings from the past year when the office lost 78 staff members. New tonight, the Senate has confirmed another pick for the Biden administration. In a 64-33 vote, the Senate confirmed Miguel Cardona as Secretary of Education. education. The former public school teacher will help guide school districts to safely provide in-person instruction. Cardona, whose family is from Puerto Rico, began his career as a 4th grade teacher in Connecticut. He soon became a principal and then assistant superintendent of the district before being named state commissioner in 2019. Also new tonight, Senator Mitt Romney said he took a fall while visiting his grandchildren in Boston over the weekend. The Republican from Utah wouldn't tell reporters what he was doing when he fell. Romney only said he lost consciousness and had to be taken to the hospital for stitches on his face. He had bruised eyes and wounds on his lips, but he said he was, quote, doing better.
In Washington, D.C. today, some of the extreme safety measures around the U.S. Capitol building are being scaled back. Today, crews removed razor wire from the top of the fencing that surrounds the building. Those fences there were put up following the insurrection back on January 6th. Overseas today, judges found former French President Nicolas Sarkozy guilty of trying to bribe a judge and of influence peddling. Sentenced him to 3 years in jail with 2 years suspended. Sarkozy refused to speak with reporters as he left the courtroom after the verdict was announced. Sarkozy led France from 2007 to 2012. He has denied any wrongdoing, saying he was the victim of a witch hunt. Retired from politics, but still influential among conservatives. Sarkozy has 10 days to appeal that ruling.
Still to come tonight, we are looking at another warm-up this week. Gary will have his full forecast. But first, new drone video shows the moment a recently unearthed World War II bomb is detonated. Stay with us.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
If Physicians Mutual were a friend of yours, we'd be like Eddie here, loyal, dependable, and always there for you. We'd be the one you'd talk to about retirement, the complexities of Medicare, and the coverage you'd need. We'd listen and give you straightforward answers. Think of us as your devoted retirement friend. At Physicians Mutual, we'll help you find the coverage you need so you can have the retirement you deserve. Oh, good boy.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. With great deals, get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Hurry in, because right now you can get $1,500 customer cash on a spacious new 2021 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
Hi, folks. Tuesday morning, we're back in the 608 with an inside look at one of the area's newest fitness studios, why they chose to open up and how they're finding success during the pandemic. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. We have a traffic reminder for anyone who uses the Beltline. Construction on the new Flex Lane has begun. Beginning tonight will be nightly lane closures from Stoughton Road to Todd Drive from 6:30 p.m. until 5 o'clock in the morning. The flex lane will allow drivers to use the shoulders as an additional lane of travel during peak hours. The project is expected to be completed in December. A multi-million-dollar housing project is also underway now in downtown Madison. The $25 million mixed-use building will feature a 96-unit residential community on West Washington Avenue and Bassett Street. Today, officials held a groundbreaking for this new building. Construction will continue for the rest of the year with hopes that the building will open in the spring of next year.
Anheuser-Busch relaunching another low-calorie beer option, Budweiser Select, once again rolling out nationwide. The 99-calorie beer was originally sold from 2005 to 2010, but the company now relaunching it as sales for light beers surge. Budweiser Select being sold in 12-ounce bottles and cans for the same price as regular Budweiser. Well, check this out. A German bomb found in England was detonated about 80 years after it was dropped during World War II. More than 2,600 people in Exeter, near the English Channel, evacuated their homes before this blast over the weekend. The bomb was found at a construction site in a residential area. A fence was put around the site to limit damage nearby. Police say it was a 2,200-pound Airman bomb. Exeter City Center was heavily damaged in 1942 by over 10,000 German bombs. Authorities are now making sure the neighborhood is safe so people can return to their homes. 2 patrol officers in Ukraine are being honored today for their courage for saving the lives of 4 men who had fallen through the ice. The dramatic rescue operation caught on camera here. Video released by the National Police shows how officers pulled men one by one out of the water using a rope. The men had fallen through the ice hundreds of feet from shore. Today, the Ukrainian Interior Minister awarded the 2 officers for their work.
And take a look at this. A massive iceberg, bigger than New York City, has broken off an ice shelf in Antarctica. The iceberg measures 490 square miles. It's separated from the 150-meter thick Brunt ice shelf on Friday near a British scientific outpost. The research station is now closed for the Antarctic winter. Its 12-person staff left in February. And Gary, that is shocking and sad to hear.
Yeah, you know, I was looking at some of the scientific data on it. They're not sure if it's going to float out to sea or if it'll kind of come back in and merge. But I guess, you know, in that part of Antarctica, these things are somewhat common. I mean, but still, it does bear watching as more ice continues to break off of the Antarctic ice sheet. Now, around here, it was cold enough for ice the entire month of February. Take a look at our temperatures. We had a couple of days with above normal temperatures in the first part of the month, and the last week, every day was above normal, but only by a few degrees. But it was the middle part of the month that really made up the difference in terms of temperatures. Number of days with temperatures running between 20 and 30 degrees below average. So for the month, we were at 10.7 degrees below normal. That is the 12th coldest month, February, in Madison's history. But as far as March is concerned, our average temperatures climbed from 36 today to 50 by the end of the month. So that's something to look forward to. We've been as warm as 83 and as cold as 29 below zero on this day back in 1962. And overall, we have a little over 2 inches of precipitation, 7 inches of snow. But the monthly climate outlook from the Climate Prediction Center just issued yesterday, calling for above normal temperatures for the eastern 2/3 of the country and the highest probabilities right over our part of the nation. Just the far west expected to be a little bit colder than normal. And precipitation expected to be above normal in our part of the country as we go into the spring and melt some of that snow. That could lead to some flooding problems. But the western part of the country that needs rain and is in a big drought, unfortunately, they're not looking at any a lot of precipitation. They're expecting below normal precipitation. The 3-month temperature outlook for meteorological spring, which is March, April, and May, calling for above normal temperatures from Madison southward. Highest probabilities over the southwestern part of the country, where precipitation is expected to remain below normal. Here in our part of the Midwest, expect above normal precipitation. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Plenty of sunshine this week, and that starts tomorrow. Mild conditions, high temperatures are expected to be at or above 40 degrees beginning tomorrow and lasting through the weekend. And dry weather also expected for the rest of this week and through next weekend as well. Snow depth continues to shrink. You can see the southern edge of the snowpack now approaching the Chicago area. Our snow is diminishing pretty rapidly up to the north. Still a fair amount of snow on the ground, but you can see still it's enough to make a difference in temperatures. These are high temperatures today over the snowpack, temperatures 20s and 30s, where there's little or no snow. Temperatures temperatures were in the 50s. And as we look at weather track, while the upper level winds right now are from the northwest, notice how that jet stream flattens out to the west. The jet stream bulges to the north. That's an indication that milder Pacific air is developing just out to our west. After a low of 8 degrees above zero tonight, look for a high tomorrow of 42. So that's a pretty rapid temperature rise thanks to sunny skies and winds out of the south-southwest increasing to 10 to 20 miles per hour in the afternoon. 7 to 10 day forecast. High temperatures in the 40s for the rest of this week with plenty of sunshine. Low 40s for the end of the week and then mid 40s by the end of the weekend. Maybe a couple of flurries or a little patchy freezing drizzle on a warm front Sunday night. And then highs in the 50s for Monday and Tuesday and near 50 on Wednesday with showers, maybe even a spring-like thunderstorm and some shower chances also likely for the end of next week.
Those temperatures moving on up. Gary, thank you. And coming up next in sports, the chances for a Packers homecoming out the door, where J.J. Watt will continue his career when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The Great American Sales Event at your local Ford store has just been extended. Don't miss out on FlexBuy with 0% APR for 66 months plus $1,000 President's Day cash on top of other offers on select SUVs. With added days of deals on America's best-selling brand, now's a great time to buy. Hurry in or shop online before March 1st. Get FlexBuy on a 2020 Escape with 0% APR for 66 months. And with President's Day cash, get a total $3,000 cash back. Hurry! The Great American Sales Event ends soon.
That's not bacon, it's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it.
Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. Not just New York and LA, but the millions of people in cities like yours, like Milwaukee, Rock Island, and Des Moines. That's why we're including 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Because everywhere matters, like Economawalk, Claysville, Prineville. U.S. Cellular has included 5G on all plans, no extra charge. Get unlimited data as low as $30 a month. U.S. Cellular.
For the pets you love, well, you gotta get down to Mouse Pet Food Warehouse, where your toddler goes to help so many pets in town. Mouse Pet Food Warehouse. We raise money for farm animals in need and our friends living in the zoo. We feed rescue dogs and shelter cats and police canines too. Mouse Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Download the Channel 3000 First Warn app and be ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. The dream for Packers fans, a homecoming for J.J. Watt has come to an end. The three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year is heading for the desert, signing a multi-year deal with the Arizona Cardinals. The former Badger, who grew up cheering for the green and gold in his native Pewaukee, posted this announcement online. Multiple sources say it's a 2-year deal worth $31 million. $23 million of it is guaranteed. Watt has 101 career NFL sacks since being drafted 11th overall out of Wisconsin in 2011. Milwaukee Bucks forward Giannis Antetokounmpo has been named Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Leading the Bucks to a 3-0 record last week, Giannis averaged 37 points per game. He also joined Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the only players in Bucks history to have a 35-point scoring streak of 4 games or longer. This is the second time this season Giannis has been named Player of the Week and the 15th time in his career.
And he seems to be having fun, too. Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers donating $1 million to help dozens of local businesses in and around his hometown of Chico, California. The restaurant and retail businesses with 20 or fewer full-time employees can apply for help through his fund. That money will help cover rent payments for about 3 months and also help with other operational costs. Rodgers started the fund with $1 million of his own money, and he got donations from others totaling more than $200,000. The annual Wisconsin Sturgeon spearing season is now officially in the books. The 16-day season wrapped up yesterday, and by many accounts, it was a success. Today, a closer look at the numbers behind this Wisconsin tradition. A long, slow-moving line of vehicles pulling shanties stretched across the Lake Winnebago ice near Stockbridge on Sunday. After 16 long days, Brady Bangert says he's had enough.
I was out 10 days, I guess, of the season. Yeah. And, yeah, I didn't see anything.
Nick Kruger says he had similar luck.
I didn't get much time out there, but it's a pretty good season. Ice is getting kind of soft now, and roads are breaking up, cracks are opening up.
Now, there were some stories of success. Andy Schumacher speared this 62-pounder with little time to spare.
Day 16, last day, last hour. Actually got it at about, I think I called my wife 11:57. I had it on the spear.
According to the Department of Natural Resources, the 2021 campaign was a
favorable
unique year
ice conditions and water clarity throughout the season. In all, spearers took 1,467 fish on Lake Winnebago. It was the largest harvest since 2015, and it ranked 16th out of 81 seasons of keeping records. Because of the pandemic, the DNR set up a drive-through sturgeon registration station at 9 locations around the lake, and workers handled the fish while the people stayed socially distant. So what do spearers think? Andy Schumacher says he's on board.
Everything was good, went smooth. Yeah. Guys were good, happy. Everybody was happy yet, so tough to beat, I guess.
But Garrett Friedauer says he prefers the crowds and in-person registration.
I remember previous years it was cool being able to get out and talk to people and look at other fish, but whatever works, I guess.
Those have been going very well.
DNR Warden Supervisor Lieutenant Chris Shea calls the 2021 stations a success.
Do you see this happening next year, or are we going back to the old school?
That is way too early to tell.
DNR says there are about 12,200 licenses sold system-wide. That's in line with the average from recent years. And we'll be right back.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
Hey, Dutch boy, show me Mocha Red.
Okay.
Does it have a smooth, durable finish?
Yes, and it's 50% more stain resistant.
Still talking to Dutch boy?
Dutch boy, show me Sleepy Purple.
Okay.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's better.
He'll still help us paint, right?
With Dutch Boy's quality paint and Menards expert service, you can twist off to something great. Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
Have you reached your limit with your prepaid provider? Ditch your subpar network for U.S. Cellular Prepaid and get the high-quality service you deserve, plus a free phone. We don't stick you on rented towers like other prepaid providers. We keep you connected on our powerful core network for reliable service that you can count on. Switch to U.S. Cellular Prepaid and get a free smartphone.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers get paid training to keep the power flowing, engines running, and supplies moving. Army National Guard soldiers are learning skills that can set them up for success with companies looking to hire the best.
The Army National Guard basically built my resume for me.
Find out how you can learn a trade and serve part-time for your community and country by visiting nationalguard.com.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The street artist Banksy may have been at work again in the United Kingdom. A new painting appeared on the side of a former prison in Reading overnight on Sunday. It shows a prisoner escaping down the side of a wall on a rope made of bed sheets tied to a typewriter. There's been a campaign for several years to turn the former jail into an arts center rather than just sold off for housing.
Well, let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Well, it's a nice night out there, other than the fact that it's a little colder than we've seen in the last couple of days. But live view from the Edgewater sky cam showing clear skies. Temperatures right now in the middle to upper teens. A few places still in the lower 20s to our south and west. Over the next 12 hours, those temperatures dropping down to just into the upper single digits to lower teens, and then quickly climbing into the 20s by late tomorrow morning. Look for high tomorrow of 42 degrees. Those temperatures staying mild through much of next week.
All right, Gary, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.